Good morning. Let's get ready to spend the day skiing at Hidden Valley. I am gonna start kind of with my hair, but kind of not with my hair, but I feel like there's such a stigma. I shouldn't say a stigma, but I could already see my dad being like, what do you mean you're doing your hair and makeup to go skiing? Not in a judgmental way, just in like a, he doesn't think that it's something that he doesn't have to do, so nobody else has to do it, if that makes sense. I'm using Clean Freak. I love their dry shampoo, and Fakai? I don't know how to pronounce that one, but it is my favorite styling serum. I'll just roll my bangs up. But not like you have to do a lot of stuff for your hair when you're skiing, but it definitely helps with how your helmet fits. And I think that guys don't realize that, like, one, we just take longer to get ready. That's just the way it is. And two, they don't realize the differences it makes between them getting ready and us getting ready, especially for like just like little things. Like my helmet, like they don't have to think about like where does their hair go. But I've always been somebody who kind of does some kind of pigtails or braids when they wear their helmet. So we're gonna see if I have an idea, but we'll see if I can do that today or if a low pony is where it's gonna be. All right, I need hair ties. I have a couple gum bands. I don't know where I found these, but I do really like them. I feel like they just hold better. And I will say though that like I got some of like the old school, I shouldn't say old school, but like early 2000s like gum bands where like they all come in, they're all different sizes. I'm just stretching these ones out so that they're ready. And they dried out in like, I don't know, 6 months. And I'm like, oh my gosh, do people use gum bands every day? Or enough that makes sense? Like, I feel like, I don't know. I mean, not that they're expensive, but like, I can't believe that they would dry out that fast. I'm having a tough time, but I don't know if anybody else is like me, but I cannot use any type of hair thing that has like the little metal piece on it. I know I brushed out my curls today, but forget it. If I have maybe we'll just do a low pony because my hair looks pretty flat today now that it's brushed out and has curl serum in it, or has styling serum in it. And that'll be faster. So we'll just do that. The little metal pieces get stuck in my hair, and then everybody really likes those ones that are all the coils, and I cannot use those either. I need a bigger hair tie for this. Hopefully, any more serum on the top. My helmet fits. I saw a video last night. I was looking up just like hairstyles for helmets and seeing if there was like anything that was new and cute that people were doing. And I saw this one girl and it was so funny. And she was like, continuing to infuriate men for wanting to look cute while skiing, and I felt that so wholeheartedly. The only other girls I know that ski or I have skied with are my cousin and my goddaughter. Well, I guess I should just say my family. All my aunts ski. But when we go on family ski trips, it's so funny because we're all doing our hair and our makeup, and the guys are like, "Can we leave?" I started, this is an old pasta sauce jar, but I started saving jars and just like cleaning them and gooby gunning them, and then putting, this is like a map material. I'm 90% sure that it was for like a drawer liner, but that's where I keep all of my like personal items for the bathrooms, that they're organized, but they're so cute. Boy, am I excited to spend the day with my husband. Okay, I look crazy every time I put my curlers on while I get ready. Chris always says that I look like Mickey Mouse, which is so funny. It is early. And I did not sleep well last night. I don't know if this has happened to any other moms, but I was a gymnast, and I'm sure this would probably just pertain to any other athletes. I've talked to friends that are moms and have gone through pregnancy, and they deal kind of a lot with this, but my hips are just not good from gymnastics, and pregnancy and delivery were really rough on them. I started getting really, really bad sciatica pain, even at the beginning of my pregnancy. Like, it started at like maybe 11 weeks, 12 weeks. And at the time we were in England, so 2 summers ago now, which is crazy. Oh my God. When I was pregnant, we had gone to Slovakia, where Chris's grandfather is from, and to see the village that he grew up in. And we actually got to tell him that we were pregnant there, which is a really good story, but not for kind of what I'm talking about right now. But I started getting really bad sciatica pain to the point where I felt like I was like holding and like pinching my low back walking around London. When we stopped in London on the way to Budapest and then drove to Slovakia. But at one point, Chris was like helping me walk because it hurt so bad. And then I would have days where it hurt and days where it didn't. And it would go on and off. And then I ended up, and I might do like a labor story. I just don't want to scare people. Especially because I know people watch my baby registry videos, which I would assume then they are pregnant or they know someone who's pregnant. And I don't want to freak anybody out. But long story short, I ended up having to deliver on my side because of complications that myself and our little man were having. And it has left some damage in my hip. And I go through times randomly where it hurts like crazy and my low back hurt like crazy. And unfortunately, why I'm telling you this is because last night was one of them and I could not sleep. I did all of my stretches before I went to bed. I ended up having to get up in the middle of the night and do all my stretches. Tried to put like a pillow, or not a pillow, I'll fold the blanket as a wedge to put under my back to see if that would help. And I just did not sleep well, which is not great before a day of skiing. Skiing is oddly tiring. I mean, you're standing or essentially doing squats. Like the best like form is like having your knees bent. And you're pretty much essentially just doing squats all day. And then when you're on the lift, where we're going everywhere, we'll have like a footrest so that you can rest your feet on the lift. But otherwise it feels like your legs are just hanging, all like the weight of your boots and your skis off of them while still trying to hold your poles and everything. So it does get tiring, and you don't really realize how tiring it does get. But I am very worried about how my hips and low back are going to do today, especially because I realized last night I have not skied since December of 2022. Insane. And it is currently January of 2025. So we'll see how it goes. But I'm just going to turn this a little bit more because I'm going to get close so I can do my eyeliner. My makeup routine literally, I feel like, rarely changes what I do each day. Maybe the color of like eyeshadow, but I pretty much always do eyeshadow, even on days where I work remotely. So like even on days where I'm just staying at home, but I am using waterproof eyeliner today because I just feel like your eyes water, even when you have goggles on and stuff when you're skiing. You take them off when you're on the lift, and then it's windy and your eyes start running. And I don't want to be in the middle of trying to talk and on the lift, and then my eyes start running and my mascara starts running, and first world problems. Also, when I did ski in 2023 was the last time I skied, in December, or 2022, but the last time I skied with my dad, which we did go to a small, if you are outside of the Pittsburgh area at all, there's a place where it's literally just a park that has a big hill, but they did put in a lift. You can go, and if you have, at least back in the last time I did go, we went the night before we went to Disney in February because we were starting to teach our friends. So if you don't have equipment, it's $25 for your lift ticket and all of your equipment. At least it used to be. Who knows? That's not 2 years ago. Who knows what it could cost now? But if you have all of your equipment, it's only $10. And no, they don't have obviously very many hills, but it is a great place to learn. It's where I learned how to ski. It's where my brother learned how to ski. It's actually even where my dad learned how to ski. He will talk about going there when he was in college, and just throwing himself down the hill. And of course now he skied pretty much everywhere in the US because that's just the kind of guy he is. We took our friends there to ski. So it has been just 2 years. Ooh, they are not great, but they'll do because I'm going to put on a helmet anyway. I just have on a little undershirt and some Under Armour, my fleece leggings, my stance socks, but I will show you a fit before we leave. I'm just going to throw on probably my big chunky oversized sweater and a vest so I don't overheat in the car, although I feel like I am really warm already, so this might be coming off before we get in the car. But thanks for getting ready with me.